guys, I'm just on a lovely walk with Bailey. I've got myself together today and I thought I would pick up the camera and start a new vlog because we've got all of the home updates that are happening. So the garage is currently all go, which is really exciting because I feel like I've been sitting and waiting on this to start for so long now. So as you guys may have seen or heard in one of the last home updates, we had the planning permission approved, and it's not that we are extending it at all or making the space any bigger. It was just basically for the conservation area for us to have the windows put in. So the big window is going to be put in this week, which is very exciting. We've also ordered the conservation ones, which are going to be put in to let the light in through the roof as well. So yeah, the builders are currently arriving and starting, so they're just going to get started with all of like the kind of groundwork that got put on halt with just like plastering, insulating, and they're knocking the bricks out for the window that's currently there. They're taking that out and then knocking the bricks out to make a bigger gap for the new window to be put in. There's so many noises going on around me, but it's still so lovely around here. I love it. So yeah, I will, once I get back, I will show you kind of where we're at with the garage at the minute. Obviously I'll be updating you this week as it goes on, and the window will be in a few days, which I cannot wait for. And then I've also been drawing up the plans because we keep kind of going back and forward because it's so hard when you're making so many decisions. And obviously we have kind of had time to do it, but I feel like when it comes to crunch time and you really have to make all these decisions, because I don't have an interior designer helping me, I'm doing it all on my own. Basically keep going back and forward and swapping on and changing our minds, but I feel like I've kind of come to the conclusion that I want to shiplap the walls apart from the wall with the arches. The one with the arches I want to do like a wooden trim around them. I will put a picture of the inspo board on the screen so you can kind of get a visual of what's going on in my head and how it's hopefully going to look. And then we're going to be shiplapping the ceiling because it's basically going to be a really tall ceiling, but you're not going to see most of it because the beams will be coming through, which is obviously what's keeping it up. And then I want to bring out the beams and have that lovely wooden feature to give it warmth and character. And then we're looking to do reclaimed wooden flooring, which I'm hoping to source from Burghley Reclamation, which is an amazing reclamation yard, which I actually got our sideboard from in the living room, and they do all of Soho Home. If you've ever been to Soho Farmhouse, they've done basically a lot of their exterior, interior and flooring. So I want it to have that warmth and character but also be bright and light. So I'm thinking shiplap a lot of the walls apart from the arches, and then shiplap the ceiling to kind of have it running all the way up. Crittle doors, we're going to have the windows. I honestly think the window is going to make such a difference. One, obviously it's going to let in a lot more light, and two, it's just going to look a little bit more modern and just open up the space. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to look. And then I'm also going to an antiques fair tomorrow, which is very exciting. It's going to be my first one, so of course I'll bring you along on that with me. So yeah, there's going to be lots of home updates in this vlog, so when I get back I will show you where we're at currently and keep you updated with the process. So this is the window here that is going to be coming out, and it's going to be made bigger. We're also going to be changing the door, same style as like a farmyard door, but we're going to have windows at the top so that will let light in. Obviously it is a bit messy in there at the minute, and the builders are there because it's all go, but I thought I would show you inside and just the progress of it all. So you can see the arches are still there, but they're now working on plastering all of the top part, like the roofing. And then also on this side, so this is where we're thinking of doing the shiplap paneling up, and then it's going to run through the ceiling. We've got two ideas for it, to either do reclaimed shiplap or have this white shiplap and bring out the beams and then have these metal parts in black. But we don't want to do shiplap on all of the walls, so we're thinking maybe to keep this more plain and do it white, but I definitely want to bring in that wood element and then mix the textures of the floor as well. We're going to nice contrast to the walls. And then this is where the crittle door will be going, a black one. So it's going to be like a lovely mud room. And then this is where the window is going to be coming out and made a lot bigger, so it's going to bring in a lot of light, which is going to be great. And they're also just working on the garage in here to plaster that so we can paint that and start organising it. But that is the progress. Okay, I am literally having a break, having a coffee and having a Kit Kat. Literally, I'm having a Kit Kat. I don't know about you guys, but I love the orange ones. I've obviously already nibbled into it, but the builders are underway. I've got so much work I need to catch up on this afternoon. I feel like September is just a fresh start, and I feel like I've been seeing people say like September feels like the new year, and it really does. It's like kind of like back to school feeling, and work is getting busy for me, so I am back and chained to the desk this afternoon, hence why I need to fuel up. And I also need to sit for a good few hours and look at all of the plans for the garage and just constantly kind of going over them, hunting and searching for furniture, for lighting, for fixtures. Just, it's all kind of go at the minute, so balancing that and work. But yeah, you can see obviously at the minute it's not looking so cute in there, but that is just obviously the process of renovations, and I'm sure in a few weeks time, but fingers crossed, it should be finished. But obviously it might take a while to kind of furnish it and get it to how I want. But I was saying to Chris, I feel like I need to not obviously live in there, but I need to be in there to understand the function of the room and how I want it to be. So I don't want to be splurging on a lot of furniture straight away. I kind of want to live in the space and see what I need in there, if that makes sense. And I'm also getting a reformer bed, which is going to be exciting, so I can have like a foldable reformer in there and kind of use it as a bit of a studio as well. So it's going to be a multifunctional space with the garage, working out, working. It's going to be good, and I just can't wait to see it all come together, and especially the mudroom as well. I feel like I didn't really go into that, but I'll put some inspo on the screen of how we're going to do that. And I think we're going to go for kind of like a Cotswold green in there, like a green and cream, which should be really lovely. And it's just going to be a lot more functional for us. Like, we can come in the back gate, go in there, obviously take off our wellies. I can put all my horse riding stuff in there. So it just feels like we're really kind of understanding our home now. We've been living in it for like a good year and a bit, nearly coming up to 2. So I feel really settled now, and it feels good to get the renovations underway as well. I also can't cope with the way he sits like this. I just think it's so cute. His little back legs, the way he spreads them out. He's like, hey mom, get off me. I just love you so much. I am a crazy dog mom. And he's got his lovely little handkerchief on. I actually got this years ago from Zara Home. I'm surprised they don't still make these, because they would be so cute in like different patterns. And obviously it's got his name. You've got your Sunday best on, even though it's not Sunday, huh? I don't know, I swear he thinks he's human the way he puts his paw up like this. Anyway, I will pick up with you guys tomorrow for the antiques fair. Good morning. So I'm so excited, guys. We're going to an antiques fair. So the last time this one was on, it's in Ardingly. I've never been before, so if I butchered that, sorry. It's in West Sussex, and I wanted to go to this antiques fair. I think it was back in July or August, and I missed it, and I was so gutted. So I said to Chris, I'm putting it in the diary, and I'm going to make sure I go to the next one. So I believe they do it the second Tuesday and the last Tuesday of every month when they kind of have it. I think it's like every other month. So I think there's going to be 2 more before the end of the year. Don't quote me on that. I will leave the website down below. But I've heard that this is like the best antiques fair. And I've seen some videos, I've seen some clips of what people have got from there, and I'm like, get me in. The only thing is, it goes across 2 days, which is today and tomorrow. Tuesday is £20 entry fee, and tomorrow is £5. But I have an event tomorrow, so I had to go today, but I think it basically gives you entry for tomorrow. But the maths aren't mathing for me. It's not girl math. But nonetheless, I'm so excited. The only downfall is it's 2 hours away. I'm really dedicating myself to this cause, and I'm hoping I can find some good stuff. Another downside is I currently have a rent-a-car because we get our car next week. And I hate driving this car. I'm not getting along with it. I'm such like an automatic girl now, and this is going back to manual. So pray for me on this 2-hour journey. It's also low down. I prefer being higher up, and I'm hoping if I end up getting some piece of furniture, which I can kind of on the hunt for, I'm going to be able to get it in the back here. I don't know. But then I said to Chris, I was like, I don't want to be driving a van up there on my own. So he was like, go check it out, see how it is, and if we really love it, we can go back again. But obviously I've still got room in here to fit some stuff in, because I'm hoping this is going to be a success. As you guys know, with like my interior style, I love mixing old and new. So going to an antiques fair, this I think would be like one of the first ones I've gone to. I've gone to a few markets when I've been out in Spain with my mum and dad, but I feel like this is going to be my proper kind of scavenging around a good antiques fair. It's a really good way to sustainably, obviously, repurpose furniture or repurpose things in your home and just add those elements. So obviously the whole house will not be antique, but I think it's nice to inject a few pieces. And because obviously we're working on the office at the minute, I do want to get some pieces for there if I can, even just some ornaments for some of the shelving that I want to style. So wish me luck. It's 2 hours. Let's hope we don't get lost. Let's hope we make it there safe. And let's really dedicate ourselves to this course of shopping, because when it comes to home interiors, you guys know it's what I love doing. Right guys, let's turn this music off. I made it. 2 hour drive. It was raining quite a bit on the journey, so it was quite a scary one, you know, and you're going like quite fast down the motorway. But we're here. There's quite a few cars. I'm in the middle of a field. I don't know where I'm going, so I'm gonna ask this nice gentleman to my right and hopefully find the antiques fair. This seems to be the parking for it, but it's quite wet, it's muddy, and I'm in my Birkenstock clogs. Probably didn't dress for the occasion, but nonetheless, let's go see what we can find. Spotted these, and like, how cool would it be to have a vintage saddle? But I feel like you need to have it fitted. I don't know if this is going to be too small, whereas the one underneath is a little bit bigger. I just feel like that could be so cool. Guys, it has been so overwhelming that I didn't realise how big it was, but I've made my first purchase, and it's a lamp. It's like a lamp in a Turkish pot, which I thought would be cool in the office, but I honestly just keep getting lost. And one big regret was I didn't bring like a trolley to put things in, so I don't know how I'm going to carry everything, because I have found some vintage books and frames and pots that I want to get, so I'm probably going to have to go back to the car and come back again. Oh my god guys, I finally got home. It is 4 o'clock. I can't believe how long I ended up being there, but it was so much bigger than I thought, and I kept getting lost. I was like going around on myself, and all of the stands kind of looked the same, so yeah, I was getting lost, but success. Look at my little pal here that I've brought home with me. The guy strapped it into the car because you had to go back to get a permit to obviously drive the car in, because I clearly couldn't have carried this, and he strapped it in, so I drove home with it like this. But how amazing, this pot is very similar to the one we've got in the living room, which my parents actually got as our housewarming present. And I just love how rustic it is. I also got the stand that goes with it, and I'm going to put this in the office once it's done, and then obviously put a plant in there, probably obviously a faux one so I don't kill it off. But I just love this big feature, and I feel like it's going to bring that kind of element into the office that we've also got in the living room as well. I also ended up getting 2 vintage books. There was loads of vintage books, but they only sell them in the volumes, and obviously I didn't want to get loads, so I managed to get 2 nice proper like old vintage books. I got like a horse ornament, which I thought would look really nice on the shelving, obviously kind of reflecting my hobbies and bringing that into the home. And then I also got some other little pots and ornaments as well. I was really on the hunt for some artwork, but I just couldn't seem to find, there wasn't anything like standing out to me. I did have a look at obviously a few, and more of like the oil paintings were a lot more money. Let me see if I can put you up on here. And I just couldn't justify it. So I thought, you know what, I can probably find something online, maybe a little bit more modern, that will work. I also saw a lovely mirror, but they'd kind of snuck over a picture leaning on it. And as soon as I took that away, I realized it was broken at the bottom. Otherwise I would have brought that for the dining room. So there's loads of little kind of spaces in the house that I want to fill, and obviously there was furniture there, but there was just nothing screaming at me that would fit the house. I did see 2 desks and I thought they could be really cool, but they would have needed work to like upscale them, and I thought for the money that I would pay, I'd rather actually maybe just get a more modern, newer type and have it bigger and more as a statement in the office. So although I was there for hours, it was just fun to go have a mooch. I got myself a coffee. I also got another coffee on the way home. Do you know what, this could be controversial, but I don't think Starbucks coffee is that good. I put it out there. You may come at me and you may hate me, but I honestly don't think the coffees are that good. Like, this was really bitter. Anyway, clearly I've had a lot of coffee today. I keep just rambling on, but somehow I need to get this into the house or into the garage, and I also want to see the updates that they've done in there because I've been obviously out most of the day. Like I said, I didn't get loads from the antiques fair, and I guess it was semi-successful. It was just good to go and have a mooch, but I did pick up some pieces. Obviously you've seen the massive pot, and that will be going on a stand. I also got this lamp, which you guys saw. I just thought this was such a cool idea, and there was a few different styles, but I ended up kind of leaning towards this one, and I liked the green at the top. It just looks really rustic, so I need to get a nice lampshade for this, but I think this will look great on my desk when it's in the office and kind of have a feature. I also picked up this was kind of like last minute, and I managed to get it down to £15 because it's only got one ear, but I thought I loved this rustic horse and it would look so great on the shelves, and obviously bringing in what I love to do into the home. I picked up this last minute for £12, which was an absolute bargain, this lovely kind of like milk bottle style jar. And then I also got from the place where I got the pot, this little pot, which I thought would look great on the shelves, and you can even put like a plant in here. I also got a mini one for £10, which was like a really good price, which I thought, again, you could put some stems in here, style it around, even on the sideboard. And then I finally got my hands on some lovely vintage books. Like I said, they did come in volumes, but I managed to get these as a pair of 2 basically for £30. They are so worn. I mean, you can't even imagine how old these books are, but I just thought it was really cool to have, and then we can obviously style it throughout the house. Look at the pages. Chris is going to absolutely love this. He loves anything historic, and this is such a really cool vintage old school book. So yeah, it comes in a set of 2, so I thought these would be great, and I'm going to have a little play around and style the shelves up in the living room with some of these pieces. Are yet to paint in here. We've had a few quotes which have been absolutely outrageous, so we're still shopping around, and if not, then we might just spend a good weekend doing it ourselves. But I've just had to play around with the shelves, and I actually love the new pieces on here. So I've put the horse in at the middle, I've put the vintage books kind of just leaning on the side, which I think look better than how it was before when there was like just kind of like a few magazines, and I wasn't keen on the book stop that was there before as well. Then I've put the pot down here on the books and just kind of mixed the colours and textures, which kind of flow a lot better than how it was before, and it doesn't look too much. Obviously ignore the paint on the sides, that is what's going to be refreshed. but I'm really happy actually with how these have come together on here. So I would see what the update is. This is how obviously the window was left yesterday before it gets installed tomorrow. Let's see how they're getting on in here. Ah, so they have plastered all in here, which is perfect because basically this is going to be the garage, in essence storage. We've got 2 floors, it does go up here as well, but we wanted them just to kind of lightly plaster all the holes and fill it in so we can just do kind of like a good paint in here. It doesn't need to be perfect. We are literally just going to use this as storage. We're thinking of doing like the built-in here, having like a chest, put some wall racks up so we can put the bikes and stuff in here. And then it looks so weird because it looks so dark, so there's not a lot to show, but they've clearly just put everything in the middle for now, and they're working around it, which just looks like a massive dump, so not a lot to update. Basically going to be all go with the windows. Everything doesn't look so cute right now, but this is just the life of renovations. Bailey, come on, snoop in. Hello. So I've got back to all of these packages that have been delivered from Holland Cooper, which I'm so excited. I've got an amazing event with them tomorrow. I cannot wait. So I'm going to unbox this all now and try it on and see if it hopefully fits. Also, before I unbox the Holland Cooper, I'm clearly going off track all the time today, but I wanted to show you the glasses that I got from Soho when I recently went, because my friend Amy actually brought us these. I think it was for my birthday last year, and they are the beautiful red wine glasses, and annoyingly we smashed so many when like washing them up, so I love them so much I actually went and re-brought them. And little did we know, my brother and his partner actually brought us, because we went there recently and they gave me my late birthday present, which is very late. It's the matching decanter. So we've got the beautiful Soho decanter with the glasses. They're just so beautiful. I love how thin the stem is, how thin the glass is with this ribbed detail. And if you know, you know, a thin wine glass honestly does just make it taste better. I thought these would be great to have on show and also drink. But you can see here, this mirror is very temporary because I want to have either like tapestry on here or lovely artwork and have it obviously on the wall and raise the eye up to give the illusion of the room being bigger. We're also thinking of maybe repainting, which is crazy because I do love Joe's white, but because this room doesn't get the light most of the day, it only gets it in the morning, I do feel like it makes it a little bit darker in here. So we don't know if to kind of brighten it and then maybe add some element to the wall. This room isn't a priority at the moment. We just kind of need to put it on hold. It's just today, obviously, I was hoping I could have found something for on this wall, but there was just nothing that I really loved. Had a new in package from Neon, which I was waiting to share with you because I know you guys are gonna love this. Yeah, even if you're looking at getting a present for someone, this would be a good idea. Sorry the lighting really isn't at the best in here right now. It's quite dark, but look at this diffuser. It is so cool. It's got this kind of marble effect and it's in this beautiful mocha colour. Let me just put this down so you can properly see. There we go. You can see it's so much better now. Sorry, the lighting, it wasn't that great before, but I absolutely love a diffuser, and scent is such a big thing within the home. I really do feel like it changes your mood, and you can do energizing scents, calming scents. So adding this, even just as an ornament, is beautiful, and then obviously it is a lovely diffuser. So I wanted to share this along with everything else that I've come home and I'm quickly unboxing with you. I've just opened one of the boxes, and how beautiful is this jacket? It's one of the newer tailored blazers, and the colour of this green with the check, oh my god, I love. This is definitely giving countryside equestrian chic, and I went with the trousers as well. So these have actually got a little bit of like a linen feel to them, and these are in the white. I believe they come in a few other colours as well, and it has the gorgeous Holland Cooper details within the buttons. I'm just hoping these are going to fit, because knowing my luck, they will be too long because I'm obviously on the petite side. So I'm going to try this on. It's also come with the lovely bag that you can obviously keep everything with, and then I also have a blouse and boots to go with this look as well. Look at this chocolatey suede beauties with the gold details. These are absolutely stunning, and I'm sure these will be attached to my feet throughout the next few months. These are going to look so gorgeous with a lot of my outfits, even just more of like weekend looks, putting these over beautiful tailored trousers, even leggings. The suede is so beautiful. So this is one of the newer styles that they've brought out, and they've also come in tan, but I went with this chocolate colour because I thought it would match perfectly with this beautiful bag as well. And given this is a little bit more summery with the wicker, I still thought this was quite trans-seasonal and would be beautiful to match with the look for tomorrow's event. Guys, look at Bailey in the background. I am off riding this morning. As you can see, I'm in my Holland Cooper outfits. Obviously I showed you yesterday the new in pieces that I've been getting for the event later today, but I've actually got a lesson in this morning. Well, sorry, it's not a lesson, it's a hack. I'm actually trying out a new stables which is local to me, just because I want to get a feel of a new stable, a new different kind of like bridle path and hacking, because I'm looking at the option of possibly loaning or sharing a horse. We're going to see, so that could be something down the line. A new hat which I'm loving, my Charles Owen one, and I'm dressed head to toe. I honestly just love the Holland Cooper equestrian wear. It's so chic, it's so comfortable. It's exactly what you need when you're on the horse. So I've got an early lesson in this morning, but I've also just been trying to juggle doing some work this morning, and the builders have just arrived doing the window, which is very exciting. So that is going to be going in whilst I'm out hacking. Then I've got to come back, get ready real quick for the event today at the Burghley horse trials. As you can see, the borders come off for the window, and the gentlemen are just out here in the driveway ready to start installing it. So we'll see when we get back what the progress will be. Oh my god, never look cute. Anyway, let's get this off. I'm gonna have such bad hat hair. I had such a lovely hack. We went out over the fields and it's just so beautiful. Don't know why I've got this on my arm still either. Let's take this off. I was on a new horse, Bonnie. She was so lovely. But yeah, I just tried out the new stables here and it was just lovely. And the pot is still in the car because I need to get Chris to help me to take that out later. But I'm covered in hair. I'm covered in probably just everything right now. Let's try and turn this around real quick. Okay, so quick turnaround from what I looked like before. I am just around 10 minutes away now from Burghley House, which is very exciting. And I'm looking a lot more glam. So I've got the beautiful please blouse on from Holland Cooper. I need to just kind of adjust the bow here. I had to wear my own trousers because the ones that they have sent were too long and I didn't have time to get them taken up. Got my suede belt, the bag to bring in the chocolate tones, the chocolate boots which I've tucked over the trousers, and then I've got the gorgeous blazer to go over the top. Just put my Soru earrings in as well, but all glam, ready for a day at the Burghley House of the Horses. I'm honestly so excited. I think this is actually one of my first Holland Cooper events as well. Just arrived at the stall and here's the blazer that I'm wearing. Oh my god, I can't get over how stunning all of these pieces are. I absolutely love them. I'm like, add all of this to my basket. So it does also come with the full length coat, which is stunning when the weather gets a lot colder, and the trouser set. So I love how Holland Cooper do these sets together so you can mix and match them. And then this is new, it's one of the blouses in the same check. This would actually just look lovely with jeans if you're going to like the pub for a roast dinner, either with white trousers. There's just so many beautiful pieces. You might hear the Hoover in the back, so they're still setting up. But yeah, you can see all of the coats, all of the blazers, all of the waistcoats, everything is absolutely beautiful. Again, this I will definitely be looking to add to my wardrobe this autumn winter. That is a little bit of me. I love that brown tone going through it. And they have really lovely accessories as well with the hats. The suede belt up there that I was also eyeing up, which is lovely. And then these are going to be perfect for layering over my outfits when I'm riding to keep me warm. I looked at this one. Love at the colour of this, the tan, and of course all the lovely logo and detailing. But it is literally just every corner is all of these lovely autumn tones, even the jackets and the navy that's coming through. But you can see the sun's been kind of coming out this morning as we've got here, and it's just looking very autumnal. The leaves are falling and all the girls look so beautiful. So we've just walked over. It's actually quite quiet at the minute because they're just setting up, but I believe we're doing the tea and trot up now. We're just waiting to go in, but I've just spotted there's a crepe stand and there's also a steak and sub stand. Well, I can't get my words out, but your foodie girl is so ready to eat all of that. But I don't know if you can see in the background, hopefully I can get the zoom on. The Burghley house looks so stunning. Hopefully we can kind of have a little mooch over there later. Let me turn it around so you can see. There we go, so you can see my view. I'm not sure why the camera is jumping, but look at that house, how unreal. And there's loads of sponsors here today. So they've got Defender, they've got Rolex. It is very luxe and very lush.
Thank you, yeah. But Jane, you know about when Burghley first started.
You said that because you're trying to make me sound.
So we've actually managed to get a spot on the fields ready for the trot up. It is such a beautiful day as well, the sun is shining, hence why I've just put the sunnies on. Oh, jump over there.
No, that's fine, that's fine. I'm just going to go and find the others.
But we're going to be front and centre, I think, to see the horses, which is going to be beautiful.
That's what I need to see.
So we did the tea and trot up, and now we're doing the walk of the course, basically, of what they're going to be doing over this weekend. Obviously we won't be seeing that because we're here early on a Thursday, but can you see the sun coming through? It's kind of like that golden hour. Oh my god, I cannot get my words out today. I'm just getting too excited. But the tea and trot up was lovely. We had a nice speech, and it was actually one of the gentlemen who used to be with Princess Anne, and there was a letter that the Queen wrote to her on our tables, which was really sweet as well. So it's been really nice just understanding like all of the backstory, the history and everything to Burghley as well, and the horse trials. So we are ploughing through the fields right now. Getting a little bit out of breath, and I'm just balancing the blazer on my shoulders because it's actually quite warm and I don't want to wear it, but I'm soon going to be leaving, so I had to bring it with me. Just got back. I can't remember where I last vlogged, but I had a good like hour and 40 minutes in the car. But I don't know if you can hear, I've come back to my lovely husband cooking me dinner, which was such a nice way to come back home. He's actually cooked up a storm. So we've got kale parmesan, which I absolutely love, with a little bit of lemon. And then he's done roasties, and which are the Cyprus potatoes.
Yeah.
It looks so yummy. And then how have you done the chicken?
It's just peri rub today.
Peri rub. Yum. Good morning, guys. The new window is in. Are you ready to see it? Ta-da! It looks so much better. Oh, hello. I'm just showing the vlog the new window. So you can see it comes down a lot lower than it did before. I'll try actually put a before picture on the screen so you can see the difference, because it really has made a difference. And the panel of the windows is actually different to what we originally ordered, but we kind of prefer it because it's symmetrical. But I just absolutely love it, and I kind of like the fact that the greenery is covering over it. We were going to cut it back, but I'm going to have a look through the kitchen window and see how we're going to kind of do it around here. And we've got the gardener coming as well, because we were thinking of taking some of this greenery out and doing a bit of a seating area out here, but obviously the exterior of it and all of that can come later. But I just absolutely love how this has just opened up the space a lot more. We have had to keep it more on this side of the building because the load bearing columns, so we couldn't go over too far. But I think it works really well. Obviously it matches the door at the minute, but we're going to be changing the barn door to like a stable door. I think I mentioned it before, so we'll have windows up here and this kind of black will be going, but it will all kind of tie in together, and then the two lights will be here where you can see the wires are, but I'll show you from the inside as well. So yeah, you can see from inside it looks so much more bigger and open, because you can see how low the window comes to the floor. And obviously this flooring will be coming up slightly because we're doing underfloor heating and then having the reclaimed wooden floorboards, which we also need to put an engineered board underneath for them to go onto. So a lot of kind of technical stuff, which probably isn't that appealing right now. The walls and everything are still undone, which is happening next week. We've also moved the fuse board up, so that's going to be out of the way. So it's all these kind of like groundwork jobs, but on a whole, absolutely love this window and the view from it. But it's not picking it up so well on the camera, but you can see it has the gold brass finishes. Obviously it's got a little bit dusty, and then it obviously opens up from here. But I love the fact that when I'm going to be sat at my desk, I'm going to be looking out to this view. But coming back here, obviously it looks quite dark. You can see how big it is in scale to the room. Oh, I just love it. I can't wait to sit here at my desk with my cup of coffee and look out of this beautiful window. And it's already letting in a lot of light. I know obviously it's picking up quite dark here on the vlog, but once roof lights are in and everything else, it's going to be a lot brighter in here. But I'm very happy with this and how it's turned out. So they've obviously fitted it all inside. They just need to do the outside to make sure it fits. Basically just some kind of like wood around the edge of it to do the finishings, but it just sits lovely, and then the shiplap will go either side. So you can currently see Billy is doing the hardwood around the window because there was a little bit of a gap. Sorry, the camera's very shaky. He is having to fill in that gap now and then basically just paint it white so it will all sit perfectly. But I love this view. How pretty does it look? I know obviously all the greenery is around it and we're going to cut it back a bit, but I actually love how it frames the window. I just think it looks so nice. But it's just opened up the space so much more and made it a little bit more modern as well. But I absolutely love it, and he is doing his thing out there, bless him. He is amazing. So we're just in B&Q trying to find a colour for the mudroom, and we're kind of leaning towards this green 19, which kind of shows up like this. It's like a dark green with warm brown and yellow undertones, which would actually go quite nice with the reclaimed floor, we're thinking. There's a few different shades, but we're just seeing if we can also use it on wood because we want to paint the door into the storage room this colour as well. So it comes in matte and eggshell, but I can't seem to find it in store, so Chris has just gone and asked. But they do actually have some nice colours, but yeah, that was the one we were kind of leaning towards, which is this one. I was originally thinking like a Cotswoldy green, kind of around this, but I just didn't like how it was showing up, whereas I think this has actually got a bit more like earthy tones in it. So this could be a good shout if it works. It's not picking it up on camera, the colour. Looks so different in different lights, but it's kind of got like a nice brown tone to it. I am just sat editing this vlog and realised I did not end it. But there's just so much going on at the minute because since I last spoke to you guys, obviously, which was last night, we have also been in talks about changing the guest room upstairs. So we've got 2 guest bedrooms at the minute and it's just not functional for us. Again, it's kind of understanding since living in the house and everything else has been out the way now with the wedding, we've realised we want to make it more for us. So we want to change that room into a walk-in wardrobe, the second spare bedroom. So I've got someone coming around next week to give a quote and a mock-up and kind of like a 3D design for that, which is going to be really good. Also in the process of looking to get back to do my interior design course, because I feel like with all these renovations I really need as much knowledge as possible because it's so much decision making. But nonetheless, it's really exciting to share the whole process with you. Obviously, I'm sure the next time I pick up the vlog and I'm back to usual schedule, I'll be continuing to show you all the updates of the home office. I've just actually put in an order for my desk. I put in an order for some other furniture, which is going to be hopefully arriving soon. And once it's all done in there, I can start styling and doing all the fun stuff, which I'm really excited to share with you. But nonetheless, I hope you did enjoy this vlog and come along with me for the week. And it feels good to get back to usual routine, and it's just my favourite season. So I'm ready to get all cozy, put the fire on in here and have a lovely autumnal evening. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please do give it a like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll be back next week to update you guys.